Hello, everyone. Just teasing. Coming at you week 6, 7. I don't know how long I've been out, but it's been a very long time and much longer than I expected. I start physical therapy tomorrow, and I'm going to be working really, 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 really hard to get back to you. Now, I have some announcements to make, and your parents should be getting a notice about all of this. But next week we don't have choir because it's the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and everybody will be busy cooking and cleaning and getting ready for Thanksgiving. So no choir next Wednesday. And then the next 2 Wednesdays after that, we're going to be practicing 1st through 6th grade. Going to be practicing for our multi-gen performance. And we don't have a formal lesson, but I'm coming up with some stuff for those 2 weeks. So looking forward to that. On 17th, we have our parties. And then it's Christmas, so no choir. And New Year's Eve, so no choir. And so we'll meet back in January. So we have, two choirs before the holidays. This week's lesson is on what can I do and how can I make a difference. Now, the first week of November, we talked about Barnabas. And Barnabas, if you will remember, was an encourager. He encouraged people. He helped people. He talked to people when they were down, they were discouraged. He was the cheerleader, and he helped to build up the church after Jesus died. And then last week we talked about Stephen, and Stephen boldly shared his faith with people, to the point where some of the people that didn't believe in Jesus didn't want Stephen around anymore, because he was telling everybody about Jesus coming to save them from their sins and Jesus being the Messiah. And so he was trying to save their souls. That's how he was serving people. He was trying to save them and to get them to heaven and get them right with God. And so those are the 2 people that we have talked about for the month of November. So today's lesson is, how can I make a difference? I'm not a preacher. I'm not a missionary. I'm a kid, right? And we all have a gift. If you believe in Jesus, if you are following Christ, then you've been given a gift. And everybody's gift is special. And everybody's gift is necessary. And God wants you to use your gift to help others. And sometimes, it takes us a while to figure out what that gift is. And if you don't know what that gift is, while you're praying and figuring out what that gift is, there are other gifts that we can all share, and that's the gift of love and kindness and service. So as I was thinking about next week and wondering what you could do to be of service, I thought, some of your parents are going to be really cleaning house because you're going to be hosting the Thanksgiving meal for your family. You can help clean. Some of your parents might be cooking. They might need you to give them ingredients out of the pantry, give them stuff out of the refrigerator, give them a bowl, wash the dishes. I mean, there are so many things that you can do to help your parents. And I know a lot of times when we're kids, we're just playing and letting the adults do their thing. But sometimes it's great to give people a helping hand. When you get to where you're going, if you're not having Thanksgiving at your house, think about opening the door for people when they're coming into the home where you're having Thanksgiving dinner. Helping people carry stuff from their car into the home where you're having Thanksgiving dinner. These are all things that we can do. Be an encouragement. Mom might be frazzled while she's fixing that meal because it's a big meal and we don't normally fix that big a meal, and all these people are coming over and there's all this stuff to be done. Be like Barnabas and be an encourager and say, Mom, you've got this, Mom. It doesn't have to be perfect. People just want to be together. But you got this, Mom. I believe in you. And what can I do to help you? What can I do to be of service to you? And so those are the things that we can do. But it's important that when you do them in love And you don't do them to get a pat on the back, and you don't do them to get a, oh, you're fantastic and we couldn't do it without you. Remember, God has given you these gifts. You're to perform these gifts as an act of love, and then you give God the glory for all the things that you're getting the thank you for. Say, God help me to do that, or thanks to Jesus, thanks to the Lord. Now, this verse that we have for this week, let's see, is, as each has received a gift, use it to serve one another as good stewards of God's varied grace. And then it says in 1 Peter 4:11, whoever speaks as one who speaks oracles of God, whoever serves as one who serves by the strength that God supplies. That means we talk, we help, we lead, we encourage, and we do it with strength and love that comes from God, not to get attention and not to get praise, but to give God the glory. And then sometimes when you're doing all of this stuff and you're working so hard and nobody's even noticing, that can be a bummer. It really can. Not that you need the pat on the back all the time, but if you're working so hard and nobody's even acknowledging your work, that can be hard. And so Galatians 6:9 reminds us, and let us not grow weary of doing good. When you help others, it's about sharing his love to the world. It's not being about the greatest. It's being about showing the heart of Jesus to others. So go and serve whoever you can serve, especially next week, but always. And be practicing your songs for next gen. Multi-gen, that's what it is. Multi-gen. So be practicing your songs for multi-gen. Know that I love you. Know that I miss you. And I can feel you guys praying for me. I can feel it whenever my foot moves a little bit further. I'm getting a little bit closer all the time. And I couldn't do it without you. So have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Have a blessed time with your family. Don't eat too much, but eat a lot. And have a good time with everyone. And we will see you back in December. Love you guys.